to the second counselor
Get
of
back.
Ravenrock, it would be my
Your
pleasure
vis-
to help you any
What?
way that I can.
Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head clear. Remember, we
On
are
behalf of
watching
House Redorin and as Counselor of Raven Rock, I bid you welcome. Good old Geldis is always managing to keep our spirits up, and our eyesight hazy. Thank you. You've never heard of House Redorin? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the Council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Endoral, Sadras, and Redorin. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skarl village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
Alright. What's up with the mine?
It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Raven Rock doesn't feel like it can last much longer. My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
As the wife to the second counselor of Ravenrock, it would be my pleasure to help you any way that I can.
If you're looking for passage to Vardenfell, you're out of luck. No. If you're looking for work, the mine's been closed for a long time.
Need to spread some more. Oh, maybe these guys, yeah.
Yeah?
May the wind be at your back. The northern maiden is shipshape and ready to go.
I guess they're not for those guys. Well, if no 2 people, they don't want a drink. What's up here? Outer ancestor tomb. Severy mirror.
Lost? My husband Bendel. Sure, got nothing better to do. May your path be free from danger.
What does the Ravage Health even do?
don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Near. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. It's
on the
been
guy,
dead
right?
for thousands of years. I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Nerax to the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish. The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and lava. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills, too. There is the big island of Ardenfell and the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Vardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself. That's that, then.
And when the world remembers,
That world
That seems
will cease
inadvisable.
to be.
Oh, fascinating. By touching the stone, you appear to have fallen under whatever influence is
That
in
you
the others.
have forgotten. That you might
I wonder how long this effect will last. Perhaps it is permanent, as with the others.
what faithless minds have stolen.
That would be a shame. You are an interesting exception to the otherwise universal phenomenon.
Now, through me,
Can you hear me?
do you see?
Do you have any free will left? Or are you completely under this outside influence like the others?
Now, through them, do I speak?
It appears that you were not as unusual after all.
And when the world shall see. That world will cease to be.
Ah, so you are able to resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating. I wonder if a dragon could be captured alive. It would make a fascinating test subject.
here do we toil.
That we might remember.
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Precious, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed. My apologies for Cretius's ravings. Well, that sounds lovely. Thank you. That foolish old man thinks he's 30 years younger than he is. He's going to get himself killed traipsing around the mine. He's convinced himself that there's some sort of conspiracy involving the East Empire Company and the mine's closure. We came across some old letters that belonged to his great-grandfather in our house, and he believes every word written in them. Cretius's great-grandfather worked for the East Empire Company. The letters mention some sort of discovery he was sent to investigate.
You know so.
There's really nothing remarkable in the letters. I don't know what he's so excited about. Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer for the East Empire Company. They'd send him all over Tamriel when they had difficulties in a mining operation. Man, can you imagine doing all that dangerous work just to end up dying at your own doorstep? There was a horrible accident, and he was killed when one of the tunnels collapsed. They were never even able to go down there and recover the body. The East Empire Company sealed that section off to prevent any more tragedies. Cretius is convinced it's a story cooked up by the company to cover up something else, but I don't know. My beloved is almost 80 years old, and I think the shock of finding one of his ancestors' things has left his mind a bit confused. I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. But I can't let him chase this silly idea, or he may end up joining Gratian in a rocky grave. To understand how we met one another, you have to appreciate what he's going through. Cretius is a third-generation miner. All his life, he's lived and breathed nothing else. By the time Cretius came of age, the ebony mine in Raven Rock was shut down. He took that quite hard. Our home has been in his family for over 200 years. Leaving would have been like abandoning precious memories. Instead, he stayed on Solstheim and spent most of his life prospecting for a new ebony source. Sadly, it never surfaced. A decade ago, this drove him into a deep depression. He shut himself inside his home and refused to come out. It was after refusing to allow anyone to bring him food. Councillor Morvain ordered his door to be knocked down before Cretius starved to death. I was a temple priest at the time, and they had me use my healing arts to restore strength to his ailing body. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then I suppose we fell in love.
Interesting.
Far from it. In fact, I'm no longer welcome there. In all honesty, it came down to a disagreement between what I believe and what Elder Othraloth believes. I'd prefer not to get into the details, but let's just say our opinions about the current status of the Tribunal vary widely. Be careful out there.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are. Exploring, huh? Most folks think this place isn't worth the effort. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. You never heard of them? They're the largest trading company in Tamriel. Originally chartered by the Emperor of Cyrodiil himself. Gratian Corellius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. And he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago. The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall. But I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest, I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key. It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look,
Old people really like to
nags
talk.
that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for. I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company's keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost. He's begging for patrons again, eh? Well, I suppose I could have just a bit. Look, I know I don't have much to go on. I have that unsent letter, and that's really it. But I also have a miner's instinct that's run in my family from before Gratian was even born. I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the tunnels here are solid. They would never collapse like that. She thinks that old age has addled my mind, that I'm seeing things when there's nothing to be seen. I realize she cares about me, but she has to understand that I can't rest until I find out what happened to Gratian. Then I'll settle down peacefully and never set foot in this mine again. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, even before I discovered Gratian's old things. I just hope both of you don't mistake my enthusiasm for insanity. The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place. Oh, very well. Here. Tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Why you're leading Cretius on, I'll never understand.
Leading him on.
Be careful out there.
He draws near.
Damn ash.
I work for Mogul. You got a problem, you talk to him.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
Until next time.
Whatever.
Welcome to the Perfect. All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself. With the mine shut down, there's no telling how much longer Raven Rock's going to last. Hopefully, Councillor Morvain has a plan. Watch yourself out there. Looks like an ash storm might be brewing.
Ashton.
Stand aside, Outlander.
The master calls.
Alright, let's do this quest then. Because they're hypnotized anyway.
bleeding Cretius on, I'll never understand.
There's somebody cooking. So far, it's a bunch of spiders. Got some here. What do you got here? A treasure? Emerald, ooh. And perpend. How many do we have together for that guy? Alright. Like Nordic ruin. Troggers. What? Scourge, huh? They can shout. Good trap. Kill under Scourge. There we go. Nice light. Trying to klar. Det då. Okay, what the hell? Fireman heard them. They're on those too. There's only 2 chunks of ore. Nice. What is ravage health? Is it like drain health? Oh yeah, better not use the jelly. There's the mushroom. Alright, we'll come and next time we'll continue. See you then. Goodbye.